Hi, John Czapko, Thrive Insurance Group. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today I wanted to talk about some of the fundamentals of general liability insurance, GL insurance, and why it's a cornerstone for many small businesses in America today. So general liability insurance, GL insurance, is really critical for small businesses. I read a study recently that in 2023, 40% of small businesses in the next 10 years are likely to suffer a claim in their general liability arena, resulting in damages between $30,000 and $40,000 worth of damages. So these are not small claims. These are generally referred to as slip and fall policies. You may hear them referred to as slip and fall policies. There's really three levels of protection they're designed for. Number one, they're designed to protect for bodily injury on your facility. Number two, they're designed to protect for property damage on someone else's property. So a little confusing there. And then number three, they're designed to protect for libel and slander if you were to commit that towards someone else within the course of doing business. So we'll delve into each of those in a minute. They're also required many times for contractual obligations. So I just got a request this morning for a COI for one of our printers that does printing for a residential building. They need to have their updated COI done. Their renewal is coming up, so we need to get their COI done. So contractually, general liability is required for your landlord, for doing business with cities, for doing business with other companies. So it's really important to have GL coverage in place to do business with many other organizations. So starting with the bodily injury level, that basically would protect you if you had a retail or a customer facing or any sort of establishment where you have people, not your workers there, they're covered by workers' comp. But if you have people coming in and out of your workspace, that's what it's designed for, covering your property for bodily injury for someone else. Again, not your workers. If you have damage to your property, that would be covered under a property policy. That's a separate form. We'll talk about that in a different video. But if you damage someone else's property in the course of doing business, let's say you're a contractor and you damage someone else's property, let's say you damage their landscaping or you damage the side of their house while you're doing a job, that would be covered under general liability. So it covers bodily injury on your facility, property damage on their facility. So there's two different things there. So make sure you understand the difference there. Make sure you're working with your broker to understand the differences there. And then the last piece it covers is libel and slander. If you commit this or are accused of that, it covers the legal and defense costs for defending you should you have that covered on your business. So three little hacks that you can do to help get around some of the challenges within general liability insurance. Number one, make sure that you look at your risk assessment within your business. Take a risk profile of your business. Do a walkthrough with your agent, with your broker. Make sure you're identifying any areas where there could be slip and fall hazards, where there could be tripping hazards. Look at those things from an outsider's viewpoint, not necessarily from looking at it from your business. Look at it from a consumer or a vendor or someone else's perspective. Number two, you can look at bundling some of these things when you look at taking a form for a general liability policy and then a form for a property policy and combining those together into a business owner policy. You can get some cost savings there. In the commercial world, you don't get as much cost savings when you bundle things together. You can look at stacking different forms together, like a general liability and maybe a cyber policy on top of that, and you may get some cost goodness there, but it's not as good, quote unquote, as it is on the personal side. There are no free puppies, and those of you that understand that statement know what I'm talking about. So you're still paying for that whether you're bundling it or not on the personal side or the commercial side. So there's less to bundle on the commercial side. You don't get those advantages. And then last, I would recommend you always review and update your general liability policies. Did you add a new facility? Did you add someone new within the business? What are those changes that are going on? Make sure you're communicating those to your local broker, your local agent. Make sure you're updating those coverages regularly and often. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're glad to be of service. Remember, thrive today, protect tomorrow. Thanks. Have a great day.